Let's talk about your childhood friends. I had a conversation with someone about their childhood friends. Let me tell you about your childhood friends. Your childhood friends was in your life when your family wasn't available emotionally, physically, and verbally. It was chaotic in your home as well as other people. A lot of times, connections with childhood friends come from failures and disappointments and rejections and abandonment issues in the home, lack of everything celestially. So you gravitate towards the people outside of this dysfunctional home, which come out of dysfunctional homes as well, or may have dysfunctions. When you grow together, you're not growing together to be strong. You're growing together off your weakness. And then the situation or the connection become unhealthy. But because you always lived in unhealthy situations, illusionally you're going to look at it as healthiness. Well, they were there for me when I was down. If I called them, they always was available. Of course, Watchers does this. One thing about the Most High, he surrounds you around a lot of watchers, a lot of gatekeepers, a lot of destiny killers. But they dressed up so well. They sound very, very, very enticing. They sound just like they there for you. You know, they give you advice when you're down. They pat you on the back when you're trying to grow for their positions too. Now, you're not growing to elevate and leave them behind. They ain't having that. You are growing and they're growing on you too. So when you try to get away, they're going to guilt trip you. They're going to start bringing up your past. They're going to say little small passive words. Oh, what you think? Oh, you better than us now? Oh, you trying to detach from us? Oh, you think you going to get somewhere in life? Who was there for you? They're going to start bringing up painful positions in your childhood that keeps you stuck. You can't become a king or a queen when you're trying to add 15 to 20 people to the throne right beside you. That's not how kings roll. Isolation become a holding cell, an interrogation room to you. So that makes you reach back out to your friends. Let's go take a drink. Let's go ride. Let's go smoke a blunt. Let's go see them girls we used to deal with. They're still available. Then you start falling right back in the trap. This is a lot of men and women problem today. You run to friends that help you before, like you owe them something. You owe no one nothing. You owe God everything. That's why new beginnings for a lot of people fail, because you don't know how to detach from the hell that you have connected to from childhood. Childhood history is a distraction and destruction for your destiny. That's why many of you are going to self-destruct, because you don't know how to detach. And then when you do detach, you detach like an immature teenager. And that's going to mess you up. Because when you start talking, explaining too much, things going to start going wrong again. You got to be very direct. You got to be very blunt. Now, this is where you use short conversations. That's why the fathers say, many called, few are chosen. Only few going to take the narrow road, because a lot of people can't detach from when they were growing in their weakness. You made a lot of connections when you was in your weakness. The circle thins out when you become strong and you start elevating. But one thing about that, there's one damaged situation about that. Will you let go of the past and embrace your future, or you'll let go of your destiny and embrace your past? That's a choice you got to make. Y'all be blessed out there. Stay resilient.